find that old VHS. We're diving deep in cheesy flicks. Yeah, we're on a vintage quest. Low reviews but high on laughs. Let's give these films a cheer. The cult classics, flops and duds, there are topics this year. We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From backhand twos to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.
Woohoo! Welcome to the Ejectables. This is the show where movie enthusiasts Bill, Joe... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or does it seem that Joe has not been here so frequently recently? Okay, no, so let me rephrase that. Wait, it is just me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway, I'll rephrase it anyway. Welcome to the Ejectables. This is the show where movie enthusiasts Bill and Ian, and maybe sometimes possibly Joe, join forces with a weekly rotating guest to celebrate movies that we feel have been unjustly panned by the critics or sadly ignored or forgotten by the audiences. This week, we have a returning guest, Jenn Lloyd. Now, Jenn Lloyd, she's a TV writer and also the blogger of Sick Girl Travels, which is where wanderlust meets disability. And this is the blog where people go that have mobility issues to find out where to go and what to see and how accessible these places are. Now, last time you were on, you said that Cape Town was your favorite place you had visited so far. Is that still the case?
That's not the case because I have just returned from Antarctica and wow, it was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
You know, not exactly where you'd go to find hotels or anything like that, but if you'd like to see penguins and icebergs before, you know, our ice shelves melt off into the sea, I highly suggest going. It was an absolutely incredible experience.
How's the ice cream there?
We had soft serve on the boat. It was delicious.
Oh wow. Was it CVT?
What's that?
Was it CVT soft serve?
TCBY?
Yeah, I wish. Oh, let's bring that back.
How is it accessibility wise?
Well, cruise ship and boats are these expedition tours are really accessible, and lots of people on mobility scooters, wheelchairs, the whole rollators, the whole thing. So it's very easy. You can take various excursions on smaller boats, and it was really wonderful and amazing to see my final continent. So I was had a really fabulous time.
Congratulations!
Was it anything like Van Nuys?
I was gonna say something that it's nothing like Van Nuys.
Was Kurt Russell there?
It was less.
Get that reference, nerd alert.
What? That's a big reference. The thing. Come on.
Oh no! Sorry.
Yeah. What, Jen? You don't know what? You've never seen that?
I've never seen the thing.
What? You watch Back to the Beach?
When I watch Back to the Beach, I know. Next time I come on, you'll put on the thing, and I'll have required viewing.
Okay. Oh, it did bomb. Okay, we could do that movie. All right. Now, Jen.
Yes.
Last time you did Armed and Dangerous with John Candy and Eugene Levy. This week, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm doing Back to the Beach with Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello.
Oh.
Yeah. Do I have a clip? I think I have a clip.
Yeah, you do.
Hey.
Sandy, if you've got a guy in there, I'm going to cut off his toes and sell him to the bait shop.
This is my house, too, and it will not be driven out.
Oh, Dad! Oh!
He's battering down the door with someone's head.
Oh, Dad, my ears are crossing.
I'm out of here. Sandy, I've always loved you.
I'm glad to see you. I mean that.
There it goes again. That is my favorite scene of the movie.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us why you like this movie, please.
I love this movie. I am a fan of really camp movies, and I think this is one of the most delightful camp musical comedies out there, and it is No, you hate it. You hate it so much. Like you squirming. I knew it would upset you, so I picked it. No.
Yes.
I think the son Bobby, who's this punk rock kid raised by these two straight-laced, totally narrow, corny parents. It's a really funny setup. And they're going to see their daughter who's living in sin with a guy, and obviously madcap hilarity ensues. But it's just a quirky, wonderful little movie.
Okay. No, I don't know if I want to jump in yet, but maybe I will. Anything with the kid, I loved. I love the contrast between them and the kid. The kid, isn't he the kid that said, "I want my
$2." Yeah, from Better Off Dead.
Yep.
Every scene he was in, I'm like, oh, this is fun, because it was kind of slightly unpredictable. The tension was great. Any scene he wasn't in, I'm like, oh man, is it still going?
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, this is a movie I tried to get through when I was 14, 15 when it came out.
You had highbrow taste even then.
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't say that, but I couldn't get through it then.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to watch it.
I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's
He was a big drinker as a kid.
Yeah, it was not a big drinker. It's hands down better any of your other picks. It is bonkers. It is fucking bonkers, this movie. It's a punk rock musical. It's so crazy how this movie, like, there's so many great guest stars, and
You're doing the work for me, Bill. I love it.
yeah, like it's like saying like Little Shop of Horrors is bad. It's like you can't compare
It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
You have to judge it for what it is. It is the most camp, crazy parody of these really, what are just absolutely goofy cornball movies from the 60s, these, beach party movies.
Had you seen those before?
I had seen, a handful of them, and when I was younger. But it's you get what it is even without seeing any of those movies. You don't have to be a fan of like Beach Blanket Bingo to get into this movie, and know what it is, because they set it up really well. I think to Bill's point of like this movie's crazy and totally punk rock, it really is amazing that it got made. I mean, they had 3 weeks of pre-production, and then they headed into shooting this thing where they had 4 pages of script, and we're getting rewrites.
Hell.
No, stop. No, I knew you were going to say that. It's not saying like, oh, this is like, completely horrible and that's why it's bad. This is saying that, oh my God, I can't believe it got made and that it was this good. To all these jokes coming from Bobby and how, punk rock and crazy, and his lines are so sarcastic and so biting. They're fantastic. They went through 17 different writers on this film trying to find the right tone. They had a budget of $2 million for writing at the end of the day when all was said and done, going through these various rewrites.
That's $1987.
And $1987, yeah. So it's like absolutely crazy. And the woman who directed it, Linda, it's her first feature, her first and only feature, by the way.
What was that? Missed the first part of that?
Lindell Hobbs, who directed this film, this was her only feature that she did.
Oh, wow.
She before that had done a bunch of music videos, so good with the music video portion, which there's a lot of big song and dance numbers in this thing.
Yeah.
And she had done, I believe, a Saturday Night Live short as well. But unfortunately, after the film came out, for 5 years, she was basically like eviscerated and badmouthed by Frank Mancuso Jr., the producer, who said, horrible things about her and essentially drummed her out of the business, which is really just unfortunate because especially when you consider, they're kind of flying by the seat of their pants with script pages and had so little prep. She did these big, musical numbers and did this great job with this movie. And I really would be curious to see what else she would come up with, because I think the tone is fantastic. And it's I don't know. I think it's really unfortunate she's now. I mean, I don't know. She's now an interior designer in Hollywood Hills, so she landed on her feet. And I'm sure she's wonderful at that. But I would love to have seen more films by her, because I think it's just a wonderful little movie. And I'm not alone in my high praise for this movie, because Roger Ebert did say that it was the quirkiest, funniest movie musical since Little Shop of Horrors. So.
And what did the Washington Post say? Oh, it's deeply vapid with the emotional consistency of styling mousse. I actually don't think it's bad. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Well, styling mousse can be deep.
I'm from Jersey. We love our styling moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's big.
It's
I mean,
big.
it's like saying Ghostbusters is stupid. I mean, that's like you have to judge. Each movie has to be judged by their own.
Oh, it's like
merit.
saying Greedy is not a good movie, right? Oh,
Greedy is a good movie.
this is way better than Greedy.
Oh, yeah, well,
You're crazy. You're crazy. It's not
Way
better than Greedy.
Greedy.
I think too, it's when you consider that Annette Funicello had multiple sclerosis during this, and she was in a great deal of pain and having a hard time even walking through the sand on the beach, that you wouldn't know that watching the movie.
Not at all.
You also wouldn't know that they shot in February and March in Malibu, so it's not it's very inclement beach going weather for all these scenes to be shot. So like all these little things that were against this film, for it to come out and be as good as it was, I just want to celebrate it. I think it's brilliant.
And there's a lot of funny jokes in there. It's a lot of
there's a ton of funny jokes. If you love to laugh, then see this. It's like
it was a good Gilligan joke. He's like, I was stuck on an island and there were these hot chicks, but you couldn't touch them. That was kind of funny. Though we didn't.
And that was before people started doing that in the act. They were the original people to make fun of Gilligan's Island. Now everyone does it. But I feel like that was like the first time we said, we had a professor that could build like a clock out of a coconut but couldn't fix a hole. I mean, I feel like that's like the first movie to do it.
Fix a 2-foot hole in a boat. Yeah.
Some of that stuff was funny. I agree. I guess Frankie Avalon couldn't use his name Frankie because it was licensed to those films he did in the 60s.
Right. So they have to call him the Big Kahuna the whole time. It's Dad or the Big Kahuna.
It's so weird.
Wow.
It is Frankie.
That's crazy.
It's
whoa, the things you learn on the show.
Right?
Yep.
That's nuts. Yeah.
And like Bill said, there's a ton of great little cameos. There's Barbara Billingsley and Jerry Mathers and Pee Wee Herman and it's Dick Dale and I don't know. It's a whole.
It was Stevie Ray Vaughan. Was Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Fishbone. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah.
It
really it's a punk movie. It really is.
It's like Penelope Spheres. There was like one shot though in the pajama party where it's totally out of focus. And I feel like they had like no coverage. Or they had to blow it up. Sure. Yeah.
I was trying to avoid the news earlier, so I flipped the channel and I was just, news is like every other channel. So I'm like, I can't handle it right now. So I put on Grown Ups 2. And to me, this feels just like that. It's just like, oh, lots of people having fun. So this should feel fun to you.
Ian, you can't make fun of Grown Ups 2.
I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying there are people having fun.
You can't make fun. It's like Summer Rental, first off. Like when people make fun of those movies, it is what it is. And Back to the Beach, dude, it was ahead of its time. It was a musical. It was a comedy. All these different things.
I'm a comedy nerd. I don't know your taste, Ian, and where you lie, and like how
it isn't like to laugh.
Yeah, see,
I like he
likes to laugh. He's having a good time here. I don't think that's the case, but I don't think you're a big comedy nerd.
I'm not.
So
Bill knows that.
Yeah. So I don't think that's gonna hit the same way that it hits
definitely
Bill or me.
Yeah, that's why I say not my cup of tea, but I could understand why it is yours and other people's.
Yeah.
My only issue with the movie is that the guy that played the boyfriend when I was a PA at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf in 1999, he was trying to cut me in line. Tommy Hinckley.
Well, I've changed my mind. This movie's horrible.
Yeah.
Now I love it. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, dude, I'm trying to pick up 16 orders here, and he was so annoying.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
A little bit. He was a big jerk. I even said something about the time. But
I didn't like the editing of that jump. Like, right, he should have kept moving, and then I don't know. That was my only issue with the movie.
Actually, I think it looked good for what she had. I think it was, it's in 4K.
True.
Yeah.
Are you criticizing the cinematography, Ian?
No, just the editing. That was just the editing.
I don't think they had a lot of coverage, dude.
Well, they could have just had the beginning of the run, and then he's in the sky. I'm just being stupid. I'm sorry. It's really not bad. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
Do you think the beginning of the movie where he's narrating it was like shot afterwards? Like,
I like that.
Yeah.
I think the beginning of the movie to me, like I could watch over and over and over. Like there's not a flaw to be had to me in that beginning. Bobby narrating the peanut butter scene in the house where he's doing the combs and as the knife combs in the house, all angsty. It's great.
I was loving that stuff, and then he kind of disappeared like halfway, not even halfway.
Yeah, it gets into their relationship, and are they gonna, make up and be able to go back home and save the family? And Bobby disappears with the punks on the beach, and you miss Bobby.
I missed him a lot.
And then Dogman, the guy that's a Dogman, that was crazy. the punk, the part of the gang that's the dog man. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
barks. And then my friend, I had to watch it at my friend's place, and her husband was there, and he never even heard of it. His jaw was open the whole time. Like, what the fuck is this movie? What the fuck is
Yeah.
this thing? It's
Yeah.
like, it's like you have some crazy movie taste. But yeah, dude, I think it was awesome. Was it a hit, Jen?
It did well. It was not a big hit. It came out opposite I forget which James Bond flick, but
Living Daylights.
buried it at the movies. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I realized what my issue is. My real issue with the film is just there's too many criminals in it, like Lori Loughlin, O.J. Simpson.
Fair.
Like, how do you?
That was
Yeah.
crazy, right? Yeah.
The movie's canceled.
Yeah,
I know. Oh, actually, OJ was innocent, Ian. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true. He was. Yeah.
Totally innocent.
He's dead.
Thankfully. Rest in peace.
Anything else you want to share about the movie, or did you feel we did this movie?
I feel we did this movie. I've sung its praises.
I am glad I finally did see it, and I can judge it on its own merits and not just what I thought it would be.
Awesome poster, also.
Okay, so should want to do mine or yours?
Let's do yours. Sure.
Okay.
You go first.
So I did The Worst Person in the World, directed by Joaquin Trier. I'm not going to try to say any of the other names because I will destroy them. So this is a movie about a young woman in Oslo, Norway, trying to figure out life and find her identity while navigating all these different relationships with men. And I love this movie. It is, for me, it's adult, it's mature, it's daring, it's moving, it's sweet. It's the kind of movie that reminds me why I love movies. It's seriously like I swoon when this movie's on.
Do you want to see a clip?
Oh, sure.
Vi kan ikke kjenne hverandre hos oss.
Nei.
Jeg har en kjæreste som jeg er veldig glad i.
Ja, jeg takler ikke utroskap. Jeg har opplevd det en gang før. Det gidder jeg ikke.
Nei, utroskap er ikke
Det er ikke bra.
bra. Men hvor går egentlig grensa?
Det er noen man kjenner, kanskje.
Er det her? Er det her å være utro?
Nei.
I love that non-cheating montage thing they do. It's so good. Now, this movie was universally praised. It was up for BAFTAs, Oscars. It won Best Actress at Cannes. I think it was up for Best Screenplay and Best Foreign or Language Film here in the States. But anyone I talk to, no one knows this film. So it's on Hulu. Go see it. That's my opinion. What do you think, Jen?
I think it's a beautiful film. I mean, it's just a gorgeous movie. It takes you through the heartache and the joys of relationships and coming back together with, people later in life and what is and what could have been. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. It's so moving, and it has these moments that it's very grounded and can be quite dramatic, but then it also can be quite magical and fantastical at times, which is just, I love that about it. Bill, what do you think?
I was worried because your picks are horrible, and I thought it was gonna be another horrible pick.
I know.
And right away, it just sucks you in. So beautifully shot. So like it just for the moment it starts, you're engaged. It's the city, was it Oslo where it takes place?
Yeah.
Wow, I got to go there. Absolutely stunning. Cinematography is amazing. It's it's not as good as Blue Velvet. If we had to do relationship, Blue Velvet's one of the best movies I've ever seen about relationships, but this is up there. I can't recommend it enough. I thought it was absolutely stunning. Yeah,
I agree with you.
and I like the actress, and I love the fact they play Christopher Cross. I like the wind.
Now, I know you did not get through my other pick a couple of weeks ago, which was also a Norwegian film called Handling the Undead.
Yeah.
It stars two of the same stars of this movie, the lead woman and her...
Are you the president of her fan club or something?
I think I am now, after seeing this movie and Handling the Undead.
It works for the Norwegian Tourism Board.
I know.
I want to move there.
Do you? That's
No.
why you were like, I'm going to watch every movie that takes place in Oslo. Yeah.
She's great. She's in that other new movie, A Different Man.
What is that?
It's about a guy that has
Sebastian Stan movie?
No, yes, it is.
She's the girl in
she's
that
the
movie.
girl.
She's
The
unbelievable
woman.
in that movie.
She's what?
She's unbelievable in that movie. That's
Yeah,
her.
she's great.
She can speak English perfectly.
Yes, you can. I think that's what they do up there. Unlike us.
So she's the girlfriend in that Sebastian Stan movie? Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. She's a real star. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, I think it's because she had all that attention from this movie.
How did you even hear about this movie, man?
I think I'd seen it was had gotten a bunch of award attention, and I'm like, oh, people say this movie's great. I got to finally see it, and I watched it after seeing Handling the Undead. I think.
Oh, all right. I'm glad Jenn liked it also.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Thanks for watching, you two, and thanks for liking.
Nerd in me just like really fell for it. I just absolutely. How could you not love it? It's beautiful.
Isn't it? It's magical. It's really just like it makes you feel all the feels. It
really is.
And what has this director done before? Because it's so well directed.
His name's Joaquin Trier. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I don't know what else he's done. I know he has done other stuff.
Yeah, I can see him being lured into the Hollywood system.
I'm sure they're trying. Yeah, this is from 2021, so.
It was kind of a big hit. It made a lot of money overseas. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked. Like people don't know it better here, but I guess because it's a foreign film.
And it was totally original. Wasn't based on a book or anything like that.
That I don't know.
I think it's an original script. Well, good pick.
Thank you.
Miracles do come true.
Okay, finally, I have some bad ones coming up, so hold your breath.
Oh,
don't hold your breath.
Me.
I'm busy those weeks.
What? You're gonna come back. How are you gonna top Antarctica?
Jenn, will you come back to Ejectables? No way.
What's Ian's pick?
I gotta go out on top with this movie. It's a good Ian.
No way. I have to wash my hair for the next year.
Wait, we should make this our last episode so I do end on top. Is that cool? This is our last episode, everyone. Thank you.
All right, stop right now. All right, bye everyone.
Okay, we'll do your movie, Bill. What is it?
It's Joe Dante's Matinee. I gotta find out.
Let me just preface. The clip is a kind of a montage of clips because it's really hard to show what this movie is without in just one scene.
All right, well let's watch a clip, shall we?
Sure.
You see? He likes you. Can we go home yet?
Don't make me use What in creation do you call that thing?
Bill.
Bill!
Did you make that montage?
Well, I mean, I pulled those moments together. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well,
what a nice little montage.
Speaking of good editing.
I know, that was awesome.
I wanted to cut that guy jumping out the window.
Editing. That was not back to the beach editing. That was good editing.
Thank you, Bill.
So this is a Joe Dante movie from 1992, I believe.
Yes.
Takes place during the Cuban Missile Crisis in Key West, Florida. And
you lied. It's 93.
All right. Sorry. Excuse me. And Joe Dante, did Joe Dante direct it? Just kidding. And involves two kids as they try to traverse the crazy, unsettling moment of the Cuban Missile Crisis. And in their town, there's a William Castle B-movie figure played by John Goodman, who comes there to test this movie. And so there's two stories happening at the same time. It's him trying to save his career, John Goodman character, and these two kids trying to deal with the awful stress of maybe blowing up. It's a great movie. It's a insane story. The guy that wrote it is a guy named Jericho Stone, and he was a famous screenwriter in the 80s. And he was so nuts. He wrote he came up with the idea for My Stepmother's an Alien and Matinee. Both movies were hard, like dramas or horror movies that turn into comedies like this. They rewrote it. Another writer came on with Matinee and they changed it to Florida. And then the guy that wrote Gremlins 2 rewrote it. So they changed the milieu of the movie. I think it's Joe Dante's best work next to Gremlins, and it's endearing. Universal didn't want to make it because they always thought it was like a really small movie, so yeah, they started filming, and the place that was funding the movie fell out. So they went to Universal's like, why don't you just fund the movie since you're like $1 million in? And Joe Dante said they regretted it ever since because it made like no money whatsoever. And also stars Kathy Moriarty, who's awesome in it. Although she was better in Soap Dish. What did you guys think?
Jen?
It's a good movie. It's not a great movie to me. It's like, I love John Goodman. It's a perfectly fine a way to spend the afternoon on a Saturday, but it wasn't like, it didn't blow my skirt up. No,
but you didn't hate it.
I did not hate it. No.
Did you see it growing up, or was this your
I
first
did
time?
see it growing up. I did see it growing up, and to say how like sort of middle of the road like I was on it, I barely remembered it. I was like, something about zapping chairs is what I took away as a child. So no, I mean, I didn't hate it. I wasn't like over the moon about it. It wasn't like, oh, thank good Bill picked Matinee. I'm gonna have a wonderful afternoon.
Now, do you have an affinity for B movies from the 60s?
Do I have an affinity for B movies from the 60s? I mean, I'm not particularly into the Ant-Man milieu. No.
Okay, so maybe this movie's not for you because you're not a fan.
No, but I wouldn't roast it. I'm not saying like, oh, I said it is not terrible. Is it a perfectly good movie? Yes, it is perfectly sound in structure and writing, and everything is there. The acting is fine. But it's like you said, the Universal didn't want to do it because it was a small movie to them. It's a small movie to me.
Yes.
Would
you say it's a slight movie?
A slight movie? Don't put words in my mouth.
I don't know where he gets that. I don't know. That was Paul Bearer. Now, I saw this movie at the theater when it came out in 1993, and I remember being disappointed. It didn't stick with me like it didn't with Jen as well. And so I was not excited to come in and watch it, but I did watch it, and it's with the expectations coming from where I had seen it many, many years ago. I thought it was charming this time around. I think because back then I wanted it to be Gremlins. I wanted some more fantastical moments. And there is Naomi Watts in her U.S. Film debut.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted it to be maybe more fantastical, which I guess reading the script was much more fantastical before.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I enjoyed it this time. I think I love how it touches on all the nuke stuff and how that influences pop culture and how everyone's kind of stressed out about it. And it's a nice time. Like Jen said, it's a nice way to spend an afternoon.
All right. Well, I'm glad we are all in agreement. I'm glad we all agreed that my pick is the best pick of the week.
Wait a minute.
Hold on now.
I'm just kidding. I'm glad you guys liked it. I liked it. I did not like it when I first saw it. I thought it'd be like more fantastical, and it was like a Miramax movie, that was made by Universal. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was Naomi Watts in it.
And I guess it cost $13 million to make and made about $9 million.
Is that good?
That sounds not great.
I was not a math major, but
yeah. And then you have to market it also. So
yeah.
But they made money on VHS. I worked at Video Star. People rented it all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Because no one went to see it at the cinema except for me.
Yeah. I didn't see it in the theater.
I did not see it in the theater
because it looked terrible.
I supported this movie.
You did.
Your party.
Thank you.
So, all right, should we vote on what's the best movie? You cannot vote for your movie. Jen, what's your favorite movie of the week that you picked?
I pick Ian's pick, the worst person in the world.
Okay. Ian?
I really like both of you. I always feel really guilty. Jen, I didn't hate your movie, but I enjoyed Matinee more.
I get it. I thought you were going to say I picked nothing.
No, I'll pick something.
It's like
pick yours. If you chose 3D again, I would have picked yours.
Okay.
Oh, you're crazy.
It was slight.
That was I'm gonna pick Back to the Beach, so we all win.
What?
Yay!
Yay!
So we all get the
Oh, that's
Employee of the
beautiful.
Month, Akeem for outstanding performance on effort.
Jen, thank
Yeah.
you for coming back to
Thank
join
you
us.
for having me. It's always a pleasure to be with you gentlemen for the afternoon.
Were
Thank
we
you.
too quick? That felt quick. Are we good?
Yeah, I mean, we got
Sorry,
to the meat of it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, we have 3 more movies to go through right now. Jen, did you watch
The other 3?
the other 3?
No, but I could vamp. I've done some improv.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. We're gonna do some crowd work here.
Woohoo!
The Natural, Robert Redford, go.
Too bad about the bat.
Yeah.
Totally get broke.
I can't believe he got shot. That's
Oh, what?
awesome. All right, we'll
You should
stay
make a sequel
around.
called The Supernatural.
Oh,
That'd be cool. He's like a ghost. I don't know.
you're too crazy. All right, stay around for after the credits. Please like and subscribe, and
And go to Sick Girl Travels, the blog by the great Jenn Lloyd.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Pop the popcorn, grab the Coke, and find that old VHS. We're diving deep in cheesy flicks. Yeah, we're on a vintage quest. Low reviews but high on laughs. Let's give these films a cheer. The cult classic.